reflected staff or sat next to one of them, and I said, when I got the call to meet at the police station Thursday, my first mind went to, do I got any warrants? So they set me up. She said, you are nuts. I said, no, but it's
no,
true.
You're not. They did that whole sting telling people they won some lotto money, and it was really to get them down for their warrants.
I said,
so
well,
you weren't wrong.
If they got me, if I missed a moving court or something, I'm going to be shy in this picture they get. But no, it was not.
That's what you don't want. That's when you don't want to be shy.
It was not an overplay for the underplay. It was actually a wonderful ceremony. And I did find out, because what shocked me, because I hadn't done work with the local station since prior to COVID. So when I got the call, I said, well, they a little late. But I found out from a lieutenant today that previous superintendents didn't see the importance of honoring these awards. They had submitted my name and all of our other names years ago, but the superintendent has to go through them and approve the awards. And he said that Superintendent Snelling wanted to build morale in the police department and in the community and award these awards. So shout out to Superintendent Snelling, who told the cops in his speech that we are more than just protectors of the community. The community needs to know us. You see a grandmother cleaning her yard, get out, speak to her, shake her hand, let her know who you are when you're patrolling these neighborhoods, so that we can build a real community.
Rebuild, because it is definitely a fractured relationship between community and law enforcement. And the trust factor is so damaged that I think he's on the right track.
Yeah.
So I definitely got to give some kudos to Superintendent Snelling. And starting with you, who has a reach that's beyond whatever, just normal people, because you're not real normal.
Well, you know what? I told Jackson on our way in, I said, I work with police, I work in the community, and I'm still sometimes afraid of the police. And when I was
because you were traumatized.
I'm traumatized. When I was in Peoria, I was riding down the road, and what happened? Those lights came on. My heart almost fell through. Well, I can't say it, but listen,
the floor.
Right, the floor. I got pulled over, and the officer said, unfortunately, I was driving Valencia's car. We didn't know her plates were suspended. So he said, well, I'm not going to write your ticket. He said, but I got to do this. He came back. He said, unfortunately, you have several warrants out. I started sweating bullets. He said, I'm just joking. I said, man, don't you play with a black man like that.
He was dead wrong for that.
I said, I'm in another county. I don't know nobody.
It's just Halloween. You don't do that kind of stuff on this holiday.
I said, please, bro, don't do that. I said, I'm a black man from Chicago in Peoria County. I don't know nobody out here to help me. You almost had me have a heart attack, but it was really nice. I spoke at Bradley University on Monday. I hadn't been here. What's today? Thursday. It was amazing. It was amazing. 600 young people were in the room, high school seniors. They asked questions. And then I got to meet the wonderful B. Simone.
Oh,
do you
nice.
know? I knew you knew who it was.
Of course.
I didn't know who she was.
Of course you don't.
Listen,
I remember when we interviewed one of the rappers' moms.
Lil Durk mom.
You were like, well, what is Lil Durk saying? I'm like, don't say that.
So I hugged her because she came in the room and she stood next to me. Yeah, she's a beautiful young lady. So I'm hugging. I introduced myself. Then all the other speakers just started running to her. And I'm like, so who is she? The organizer said, B. Simone. I said, and who is that?
Who be B. Simone?
He said, please Google her. Action Jackson right now.
Else.
But she was amazing. She was amazing. I told her about the show. Then she said next time she's in Chicago, I told her I want her to come be a guest co-host with us.
Nice.
So we going to work on that.
You always work the room. I love it. Well, every accolade that has been bestowed on you, you are so well deserving, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Tamara Fair on the air. You are equally, now more important, more deserving, because you are more amazing.
Thank you. You better say it.
That'll be $24.99. But you know who's more amazing? The believers. And you know what?
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, when you were not able to come because of the believers, they are the most amazing audience that I have ever encountered. They started getting right on that warrior wage and all demons away from you in Valencia. And what's the praise report?
Valencia is doing better. She just texted me, could I please bring her some soup after the show, because she needs to eat. But you know what? I started getting DMs from listeners. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew you. I said, Tammy got them praying
Yep.
because they were checking in to make sure we were okay. And, it's just real sensitive. And we got the little baby and the nanny had took MJ out. So Valencia was by herself with the little baby and she just wasn't feeling good. So I said, you know what? I'm going to turn around. Jackson looked at me like, what? I said, you gonna take the rest of the day off. I'm going home. I gotta go home.
Oh,
So
nice.
thank you all for praying. And a friend of mine texted me randomly out the blue of my voice message. She said, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. She said, with all that you're going through, I would be in the bed somewhere. She said, you just keep showing up.
You gotta show
and
up.
it really touched me. And I wanted to encourage somebody, just keep showing up.
Just keep showing up. A lot of times people think that they're afraid to leap out on not just faith or whatever their dream is because they're afraid of failure, right? And people think, well, success is the formula for success, but failure is a part of success.
Yep.
And if you don't fail, guess what? It's just like having a good man. If you didn't have a bad one, you won't appreciate a good one.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to have the polar opposites in everything you do in life because it gives you that extra layer of appreciation. Speaking of appreciation, we truly do appreciate you, believers.
Yes, and you know what? I was thinking on the way here. We talk more about home ownership and building wealth on this show than anything else. You know why? Because we know the importance. And today our guest is coming on to talk about no down payment, no closing costs, no fees, below market fixed rate, and no perfect credit needed to use their mortgage products to buy a home. And all you got to do is tune in and tell a friend. When we get back, we're going to tell you more right here on the Brunch Bunch.
I decided to throw it on now.
Okay. You need one more.
I can pull it up.
Okay, laptop on the desk. Well. Stay in your lane. Talk about turn that up. What's up? Stay in your lane. This is the jam, ain't it? I think Zoe may be our first producer that's into gospel music. Because everybody else,
That's all my mama plays.
So you know. No choice. In my life.
You got the bio
This is the first one I got.
Whoa.
Did you get that new song from Erica Campbell?
What's it called?
Do you believe in love? I want you to put that in rotation, please.
He didn't have to do it.
This one, do you believe in love? I forwarded it to Adam. Adam, you should have forwarded it to himself. You all don't have it already? Mm-hmm. Okay. Perfect. You can break it.
I got you. Today I got back. I printed that fire.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's what I need from it right here.
Adam always broadcast to my personal page.
Oh, you need all of them?
Yeah, so I need the bio and the questions.
Okay.
Oh, Justice did it.
And what's the address?
He did my Action Jackson
625.
No.
1625 West Adams.
Oh, the 625 West Adams.
6 o'clock. 6 until 6 is the VIP, right? I see you getting some ticket sales. Good.
Yes. I got more coming in. I know.
This is for the video.
Yes.
What's that?
That's
Little
not
And
what
I,
you wanted.
no, yeah, but I need that for the video. And I'm glad we're doing it here. This is what I want. Wait,
No,
what's this?
that's the questions of I for
For who?
the guest. What
Oh,
are you looking for?
I thought you had printed out what the flyer that I asked you for, but that's okay. I got it right here.
What flyer are you looking for?
Remember, do you look at your emails before? Always look at your emails before you get here because I'll be done sent you stuff. I sent you something like 4 o'clock this morning, so check them out. Who is this pretty girl? Oh my goodness! What's her name?
You missing some stuff, or you know the top half.
Yeah.
You know what it say?
November 10th and 11th. I don't know why. No, I just need November 10th and 11th.
Oh, okay. What kind of movement is it?
The
Largo, Maryland.
The scent of a godly woman. Largo, Maryland.
Yep, the DMV area.
I'm trying to figure out how they can't find this man.
And when they find him, they're going to take him to get something to eat, make sure he okay and comfortable.
Pat him. You okay? Okay. Now what happened? Oh, man. Are you serious? That happened? Shame on them. You hungry?
Right.
You want some Pepsi? You want some Hennessy? I'm showing you guys this because DMV, that's the DC,
What's
Maryland,
up,
Virginia area. I will be coming to
Is
you
it in
very,
Texas?
very soon.
Stay in your lane said, I found this black-owned woman hotel. She going to DM it to you on Instagram.
Where is it?
It looks amazing. I think it may be in Texas. Oh,
Texas?
cut that down some. Nope, DC.
DC?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm staying there.
Why you go out there? Yeah.
I hope so.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Won't it be nice?
As a Brinks authorized dealer, they stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days a year.
And you know what? Their response center is ever vigilant, providing top-notch monitoring for burglary.
Oh, thank you, Joy. She said, you handsome.
You sure are. Hi.
Tim, what's up, man?
How are you?
How you feeling, black man?
Good.
Tamara Fest.
Hi,
Tim.
Tim. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you.
Who's over here?
Just in that.
Right here.
Right there.
Oh, he's speaking to everybody. Oh, gentleman, and a scholar.
You see, they not that right. I'm talking about him.
No,
where
you
you going? Sit down.
People just come in and sit down. Okay, you know. Thank you. Stay in your lane. Thank you.
Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866.
Oh, Stacy Chauncey.
We had a great show yesterday. It was fun.
How was your having yesterday?
Hmm?
What happened yesterday?
I
We
listened
just had a
to
great
it.
show. It was just fun. Good energy.
I remember.
Energy. Energy.
It reminded me of my favorite show,
I love energy.
The View.
No, then we were not talking over each other.
Wasn't like
We
that
were
at
not
all.
talking over
So a
each
little
other.
flavor. The favorite show.
No, listen,
Flavor, ain't it?
y'all were talking over each other, but I just wanted to.
You're a hater.
Stain Lane said it was fun.
We're going to do it again like we did it then. I love Shirley and Latricia's voice on this commercial. Sounds so good.
And they were so nervous doing it.
Are you serious? They don't sound like they were.
They had a
nervous.
good director though.
Zoe.
Oh, he took the reins.
Shh, be quiet, Zoe.
Alfred wrote the script. I said 3, 2.
I need you to write me 2 scripts. One for premiere and one for prototype.
Gotcha.
20 seconds.
Are we going to what's going on right now?
In the row.
Oh, we haven't even done that in a while. Yeah, jeez.
And don't forget to follow
You see that song through you off in the commercial?
Mm.
for daily inspiration and updates. Don't forget
All right, Mrs.
I'm engaged to God.
What's that?
I don't even know.
Some of you guys probably saw me, and if you didn't, then I don't know where you were, but I was doing a tour, WGN, Sun Times, the Citizens, and talking about the funding that ended at the end of September for child care facilities. Well, I got good news. That's one of the things I love about the Brunch Bunch. We don't ever leave you dangling. We always give you updates. But yesterday, the White House called on Congress to support critical domestic needs, including child care, through the president's supplemental funding
All
request. The
right.
American Rescue Plan provided the largest one-time investment to the country that has ever been made in the child care industry, bringing vital relief to child care sectors, which were already on the brink of collapse prior to the pandemic. Well, the resources enabled all 50 states and DC, for those of you who are saying why she say DC, because DC is not the official state,
Right.
to make payments to over 220,000 child care providers and serving as many as 10 million children. They were at risk of closing, supporting the creation of more child care slots across the country, reducing family child care costs out of pocket for parents, and increasing compensation to recruit and retain talent in the form of staff, support staff, and helping parents, especially mothers, return to work and genuinely return to gainful employment in the workforce. Well, without a congressional act, the expiration of child care stabilization funding at the end of September threatened to undo recent gains and destabilize the child care sector once again. There are already reports of providers needing to raise parent fees to help cover operating costs that were subsidized by child care stabilization funding, or reduce staff wages, which that was a big one because, those monies that were infused actually helped get those raises. So a lot of providers were saying, okay, we're going to have to bring down these raises
and lose workers,
exacerbating challenges in hiring and retaining qualified staff. And some providers may be forced to close without additional resources. Well, if this trajectory continues, hardworking families will pay the price and parents will be left with fewer childcare options and higher costs. Some people are saying that is intentional so that we can move those slots into district areas, but parents are fighting back, and parents don't really understand how important their parent choice is. It's statutorily protected. Parents for tender age children, understand you are a powerhouse collectively and individually. Make sure that you are connecting with because you see, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And so now the administration is also requesting an additional year of child care stabilization funding to keep child care providers afloat, mitigating the likelihood that providers will close or raise costs for families. Because really, when you think about it, you don't have to think too hard. Every industry was affected and is still being affected by this lean labor force that we have. People went in their homes and start teleworking, which you can't telework from childcare. You can't telework from medicine, even though people are trying. And still having a problem getting qualified talent back into in-person workforce mode. And so we are very grateful. We have to continue to watch it because, sometimes they'll give you a placebo, which is assumes or appears like it's a cure, but it's not really a cure. That's why we got to keep our pedal to the metal, our fingers on the pulse, and make sure that this is actually going into effect. Now, 1 year doesn't sound a lot, but then we got 365 days to continue the fight so that we can do another sunrise, sunset, because those stabilization dollars had a sunset on it, and that was September the 30th.
Well, kudos to Tamara Fair and Child Care Advocates United, because you were definitely on the front line, and you practice what you preach. You preach day in and day out on here. If you see a problem, come with a solution. We're solution-based, and you definitely did it. I did want to say, 1 year means 1 year. We got more fight to do to make this something permanent, but This was a battle that's won, and I know with Tamara leading the ham, you guys will win the war. Now, you talked about teleworking for teachers, which of course can't work, but in some countries they're creating AI teachers. So if you want me to send Alfred over to one of your childcare centers, I can.
I can say this: AI would be amazing until one parent calls and says, "Who's watching the kids?" And then, because that's going to have a rippling effect. One going to call, then 10 going to call. Because I'm sorry, but AI, even though a lot of people are loving AI, when Johnny gets in that corner up under that desk, AI ain't going to see him.
And I ain't going to be able to get him from under there.
You got that right. That's when a human contact is mandatory. Now, just think about when you've had issues with automation because it doesn't have the auto prompts that address your particular issue. You really need a human to come in and listen to your mitigating circumstances so that they can eliminate your problem, right?
Yep.
So one cannot work without the other. And I understand that the world is trying to erase the human contact experience, but it can't happen.
No, it
not
can't.
And be efficient.
No, it definitely won't. When I was in Peoria, we talked about that in the conversation because of miseducation. Is AI is going to take away all the jobs. No, you need humans to control the AI and prompt the AI and all of that. And it's never going to completely take us away. We saw how it did with self-checkout. That's not working that great. There are a lot of stores are reducing the amount of self-checkout because one,
They're
stealing. I know a couple of the seniors that be swiping one loaf, putting another loaf in the bag, swiping one grape, putting 10 in the bag, but
they ain't just seniors, they're seniors in high school.
Right, So but no, kudos to you, Tamara, up there, because that is huge.
That is huge.
And it's a testament that you can't just stand by the side of the road complaining. You got to jump on that highway and do something. And no matter how big it may seem, the good thing is giants do die. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's Donna Lawrence. Giants right here on the Bronx.
The giant jumped in your throat.
So shut up. So, Zoe, just like 2 minutes of this. How long?
I know what it was, Adam. It's the digital banks, 110 banks. That's for tomorrow, though.
Okay, I got you.
And I need you to print the names of those banks because I want believers to understand if they're banking with any of these banks.
Mr. Mayor, is this important? I'm on the radio.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I know. I had to think. Okay, I'll call you back at 1:00. All right. Man, the mayor won't leave me alone.
Yeah, right.
No, that was a suburban mayor.
That's still a mayor.
Right. It's not the mayor, which is the top topic these days.
No, and I said yesterday when I was at City Hall, I really need to be on some task force because doing business with the city of Chicago has become increasingly more arduous. It's always something that they're not telling you, like we're doing a sign outside near the pier. So you, of course, got to get the permit, the public way permit, but you didn't say that you also had to go to building and get architectural designs and a building permit. You didn't say that so now this is what should have been a month, maybe, has turned into 6 months. Like literally, really, it shouldn't take this long to do business in the city of Chicago. When you go to Indiana, you go to DC.
Just put it right up, right?
Well, no, there's some things to do, but nothing like that.
Tape.
This beyond red tape. It's blood tape. Like literally, you can't even call it red tape anymore. Red tape is a color. This is a verb. It's too much. It's too much. It's like when you're in a relationship and it's just too much to handle. What you do? You get out of the relationship.
No, you work on it.
Man, beat it.
You go to therapy. You pray.
Y'all go ahead on and do that if you want to.
Pastor need help, Pastor.
Yeah.
It ain't going right.
I'm not talking about a romantic relationship. I'm talking about when you're in a relationship with a company, right? And that company continuously fails you, right? You're
gonna find a new city.
Yes, I got 50 states that will be happy to take my business. 50.
Oh, city of Chicago, better watch
Well,
out.
let me tell you something. Doing business in Indiana has taught me that there is another way.
Yeah. But the other way does not have as many people per capita, don't have
Me no one care about that,
the
man. Me
resources.
no care about that. Yeah, I just want peace, man. Peace.
You want peace and profits.
Me no care about that right now. I want peace. I want to do business in a peaceful. I get that there are technicalities that we have to address, but the technicalities don't have to have legs to them and arms. It don't take all that to do business.
I'm gonna move fast.
Can you announce that Soulful Chicago is celebrating their 2nd-year anniversary? It was their birthday yesterday.
Where's it?
What? You want this?
Yes.
In the raw?
They stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7.
I need the, what is it, 625 or 6?
West Side.
625 West Side.
Ever vigilant, providing top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon
Don't cry, DJ
monoxide,
Below.
emergency.
Tammy is off the market, unfortunately.
All industry standards. Secure home and automation. They have the
What is the
The
name
ladies
of the
of the brunch bunch are off the market.
What's the name? What I want to see Zoe's face over there. What's the name of the place?
Let me see.
Venue.
Venue.
Tim, what you doing Saturday? You should come down to Gallowayne.
What's going on Saturday?
It's an amazing annual fundraiser for BBF.
Did you pick
Used
up
to
the
be.
mask? Because I need your sales.
Better Boy, I didn't yet. Better Boys Foundation. On Pulaski.
It says venue.
It's the event of the year, man. The who's who of Chicago gonna be in the building.
At 866-447-3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344.
How did he go? Did you?
Yeah.
Forward it to me, brother.
There's a picture of you?
No, his phone was
Oh.
right.
I'm like,
Now,
you
before you
pumping your... No, I thought it was like his rap album. You know what? Right. That, I meant to say a picture.
Yeah, but I might type. I don't want to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? I like.
You know.
I need you to give me some space at the end because I got 2 for now.
I did.
You disrespect me already. Give me the. I ain't got on the microphone. You already.
Here, you can. Speak up.
Oh, that's violence. Who against that?
That's right. It's just a pen.
Who is Robert Card? Well, he is the confirmed suspect of the main shooting that happened on last night. Authorities are still attempting to locate Robert Card, the suspect in 2 mass shootings that left at least 18 people dead and another 13 injured in Lewiston, Maine. The state's governor said Thursday morning. Now, Robert Card was initially considered a person of interest, but officials have since confirmed that he is viewed as a suspect in the shootings. There's an arrest warrant out for 8 counts of murder for Card, authorities said on Thursday morning. 8 of the shooting victims have been identified and their families have been notified, so the counts will likely increase as the remaining victims are identified, officials said. The 40-year-old from Bowdoin, Maine, and I quote, should be considered armed and dangerous, the police department in Lewiston, which is about 35 miles north of Portland, said in a Facebook post shared on late last night. Police said he fled in the aftermath of the shootings. Now, the shootings began just before 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. Maine Public Safety Commissioner Mike Sosachuk said at a news conference, authorities said they responded to Shimmigi's Bar and Grill, a local restaurant, and Spare Time Recreation, a bowling alley, which are about 10 minutes by car from each other. Authorities said Thursday that 7 people were killed at the bowling alley and 8 people were killed at the Bar and Grill. 3 people died from injuries while being transported to hospitals. And I quote, "We cannot and we will not rest in this endeavor," said Maine Governor Janet Mills on Thursday. Mills said she spoke with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris in the wake of the shootings. Authorities have shared several images of the suspect in the shootings and asked that anyone who recognizes the pictured individual contact law enforcement. The police chief in Lisbon, Maine, near Lewiston, also urged the public Thursday morning to report anything that might seem suspicious in their neighborhoods. Now, Robert Card is enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserve and has an active military ID, which gives him access to any military base, according to a main law enforcement bulletin seen by CBS News. Officials previously said Carr was a firearms instructor in the Army Reserve stationed in Saco, Maine, but later said that was not the case. A U.S. Army spokesperson told CBS News this morning that Carr enlisted in the reserves in December 2002 and serves as a petroleum supply specialist. He has no combat deployments, the spokesperson said. He has received numerous awards for his service, and the police are acting in the area. They're doing a shelter in place for all residents. Two things stuck out about the story. And just in case you want to know his description, Card is being described as white, 5'11", tall, and weighing 230 pounds. I just wanted to make sure that look, Tim pointed at you not 5'11", are you? Run about it. Okay, about 230, 240. Okay, but listen, it's not Adam. Don't y'all come up in here looking. But I will say that when they talked about his military clearance and being able to get into any, it's 2023. They can't shut his car down.
I guess not. I don't understand why he's only been charged with 8 counts of murder, and they say he's likely going to be
because they didn't identify the other ones. So you can't
pre-charge him.
You can't charge them on somebody you don't know yet. You got to know them, identify them.
But you've identified that there are 18 bodies.
18 bodies. So as of now, they got 8 identified, and they charge them on the 8 that they do know, and they let those families know.
And you said he's a petroleum expert?
Yeah.
A Vaseline expert?
Yes.
He's somewhere greasing. Because seriously, why, if you literally killed all these people, the only thing I can think of is you so slippery.
You know what?
Because why can't they find him? Because if it was you, Action Jackson, trust and believe.
They wouldn't have to look. They would be like, yep, we pull him right up on.
But does he have a phone?
Well, here's the deal.
Because they go back to your AI.
Yeah. Here's the deal. He is highly trained because Army reservists, and they're constantly being trained. But Card recently reported experiencing mental health issues, including hearing voices, and he threatened to shoot up a military base in Saco, the law enforcement bulletin said. He was also reported to have been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks over this past summer. So you know what? Here's the problem when we talk about government, right? You saw all these red flags.
These were beyond red.
I mean, it was in your face. It was here. He is crazy.
Caution.
And you still
let him out.
Let him out. You still allowed him to actively serve, to keep all of his credentials. He said he was going to shoot up a base. You didn't try to lock him down, put him back into a mental facility to check on him. So whatever the case is, it went from extreme to extreme.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, or maybe you can give me some clarity. Should those people who let him out, or those officials who let him out, should they be complicit in this as well?
Well, yeah.
When lawsuits come out, they will.
Yeah, they'll be named.
Yeah, because you were
warned.
You were warned, and you ignored all of the warning signs.
And it wasn't third party warning. He told you himself. I'm hearing things. These voices are telling me things, and they're not saying, "Let me go down my Christmas list." They're saying, "Shoot up something," right? Like literally. We've talked about this. We've had over 600 mass shootings in 1 year, y'all.
Yeah.
Like literally, you didn't learn from the other 500 or 600 and 599.
Yeah.
Like literally, we say this all the time. When you see the signs, don't turn your head. Don't ignore them. Get the treatment. Get the resources that can help, because everyone stands to lose.
Yeah.
Now 18 people lost their
18
lives.
people, and they're 13 injured and still in the hospital. And we're praying that they don't succumb to those wounds. But the vehicle that he drove off in was a 2013 white Subaru Outback. They did find the vehicle. They don't find him. But according to a law enforcement bulletin, he has 2 other vehicles registered to him. A 2022 Yamaha motorcycle, which we know can get you out of here, and a 2019 Sea-Doo green boat. So this man could be somewhere. You know what? Lord, and Well, to Adam's point, shout out to Willetta on Facebook. She said, "No, it's not Adam. He is one of us."
Put that up again.
So Adam put that up. But you know, unfortunately, we were in the barbershop this morning talking about this, and they said one of the guys said, "Oh, he's not gonna make it alive." I said, "Huh?" And he said, "Well, he may kill himself before they get him." I said, "Yeah, but if they get him, they're not gonna kill him. They're gonna take him to Burger King.
Right.
They're gonna feed him. They're gonna make sure he okay first. Then, yeah, it depends on. Well, it definitely. You're right about that, brother. Tell. It's definitely when you think of Maine, and I talked about that on the show. I wanted to go to Maine, but I Googled first how many black people are in
4.
Maine, and I talked to all 4 of them too.
4.
But so you know, they may do him a little different because he did kill, and we don't know if any of these were military or law enforcement. Because usually when you go on, I don't know, usually when they go on these streets like that and do mass shooting. It's in retaliation. It's usually their job or their coworkers. Or
No, he told you. There's no ambiguousness in this. He told you he was hearing voices. He had a specific assignment.
Yeah, but we don't know who the voices told him to kill. He went to the bowling alley and the bar, which are 10 minutes apart from each other. So we don't know. I'm saying I don't know if it was a bar that all of the military staff hung at or bowling alley. Really, you know, so that's to Tim's point. If he killed a lot of military staff and or police personnel, cop, they gonna get him.
If he had killed any police, he'd be found. Grease or no grease. He'd be
found. Well,
because they literally stopped everything to find who shot one of their own.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to keep you posted on the story. Hopefully they find it. We're praying for the victims. We're praying for their families. We're praying for the town and the city that nobody else gets in his crossfire.
Because he may not be done.
No, you got 18. You keep going because the goal is either death or cult. I mean, you're not going to get away.
He may be that to whoever said that, he may be already have taken his own life. But if he has not, you're right. He's still an imminent threat and danger to society.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Who's not a threat to society is our guest that's coming up. And he is here. He is right. He is here. He is here not to hurt you, but to help you. And you know what? We're going to listen to a little Throwback Thursday music. Holy Ghost power. Up next, Tim Armour.
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 Oh, he
Tim Love.
checked all of us. Bye. I'm like,
I got Armour on my dress.
Right.
There you go. It's not Armour. What is
It's
it?
Armour.
It's Armour.
Armour. You are more.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the MK Ultra stuff they've been doing.
Zoe, about 1 minute, bring us in.
That's got to be that MK Ultra.
And the closeout song is all night, all day. Oh, okay. I saw more abundantly.
Oh, no, that's just on the.
That's true. FBI been doing for years.
That's true.
What?
That's true.
It's been a program that the Secret Service and CIA been doing for years. MK Ultra, to use waves.
You know who started that?
To poison your head to shoot people.
One of the Rockefellers.
What?
He changed the wave. He changed the frequency. And ever since that frequency has been changed, people have been going crazy. And you sound like a conspiracy theorist when you talk like that.
I used to be in the Army too. I know they're doing these things.
Yep.
I mean, you know, things just don't happen. You don't have people all of a sudden have the same, the same regimen. Oh, I heard voices. I shot up all these people. I heard where the voices come from.
Right.
We hear voices all the time. He's like, get up and go cut that grass. Right? Wait, just go ahead and go to bed, right? Sleep on the couch. Get up and go to bed. Yeah. We got voices in our head all the time. So why that voice?
That is true.
You just say, I hear my mama talking to me, right? Mama, you say that you hear that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's part of the human nature.
Yeah. Good voices in the head of
What the? You know how to cut that out for?
I can cut it off myself.
Oh, you like it to talk to you?
No.
That's if you're blind?
No. It's just, no. I mean, you can use
Well,
it
it
if
is for if you're blind.
Yes, what I thought.
That's what it's for.
Right.
Well, no.
What'd you use it for?
You cut it off, Tanner, because I'm going to bring out baby.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I mean, I'm not typing anymore.
Yeah, it's good sesame.
So you mean cut off the
sound.
talking. You could cut that off. Because when I cut it off, I cut off the sound.
It's like voices in your head.
ABCDFFZ, come white.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. And no, these are not voices in your head. You are tuned into the Brunch Bunch, and I'm proudly posted up.
With the voice of reason. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and we have a special, awesome guest for you today, as always. We've got Tim Armour. Armour means love.
Love, yeah.
In the building.
Tim Love.
That's right. And he is working for NACA. And for the past 6 years in the mortgage division, he is bringing you resources that you can use. You know, it's always our aim to send you back better than you can. He's licensed in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Minnesota, Iowa, and Alabama. All of those states. Put your listening ears on, because I promise you, you will not leave the way you came. Welcome to the Brunch Bunch, Tim.
Thank you so much. Let's do the Brunch Bunch this afternoon.
Yes.
Tim, we got to get some workshops in Alabama, because all those people on that riverboat, we got to get them in houses. All right, man? Yeah, okay, we're going to make sure they get some investment property.
From the brother's backyard.
Well, Brother Tim, we are glad to have you. Listen, I met you a few weeks ago at the fabulous 6978 Soul Food. He had a workshop going on, and they said, you got to meet this brother. And we talked and talked. But you're doing some great things through NACA, and you're helping people to become homeowners. And let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on here on the Bunch with you beautiful people.
Aww.
If you guys don't know, your brother's looking sharp from the barber salon right now.
Yes, he is.
Okay, go on Facebook and look if you want to see.
NACA is a tool that people can use to buy their home. But this tool is special because this tool offers no down payment, no closing costs, no private mortgage insurance, and we don't care about your credit score. So your credit score does not dictate what your APR rate will be, all right?
And it's not veteran driven.
Absolutely not.
Excellent.
It's for anybody. We came about through the crash of 08, and we realized, well, what were the things that kept people from losing their houses, right? How do we help people keep in their houses? And then once we did that, we figured, well, what are the things from keeping people from getting into a house, right? Credit, which is a lie. We know that's a lie already, because if you go and buy a car and the salesman says, let me talk to my manager in the back room, they put your credit 175 times, right? Your credit score goes down, you haven't bought a car, and for the car that you did not buy, you didn't have a late payment. So why's your credit going down? It doesn't make sense. It's only because keep us down into a place where they want to keep your foot on your necks. We figure that the more freedom you have, the more opportunities that you have to get into a house, that should be for every citizen in America. Everybody deserves a home if you want to get one.
Everybody.
So how do you, because traditionally that's the way that you get into a home or a car or anything that's mortgage based or
credit
financing
score,
based.
money down, payments to help you out. Right.
So what's the next step? How, when they decide, okay, I know my credit score is 400, but I still want to be a homeowner, they call who?
Right. Well, first of all, let's be serious too. If your credit score is 400, you probably got some other issues going on.
Right? Definitely.
But
you could have a 400 credit score from medical bills.
Right. No. But usually it'll be like 5 something. 4 is like really, really bad. I mean, just an experience I've had before, right? But what I'm saying is that you can go through things. You can lose a job. You can have a baby, and your medical bills can take your credit score down.
Absolutely.
Right? So we know this. So we're gonna look at your credit character. So when I do pull your credit for 2 years, I'm looking at your character. Have you been paying your bills on time? All right. And if you have, we're good to go. And we'll keep moving on. Right?
Awesome.
And if you haven't, then we're going to counsel you right then and there, not to fix your credit. That's not our counseling. Our counseling is what you need to do to become qualified to use the NACA tool.
So let's talk about the NACA tool. So in order to qualify for NACA and to use the NACA tool, what are the steps?
Oh, very easy. First step is to sign up for a workshop on NACA.com. Go to home buyers, click that link, put your zip code in, your area code in, your zip code in, and then you find out the workshops that are coming about, right? They're all over the city. This Saturday we have one at St. Michael's over by Kensington. And we also have virtuals too as well. So if you're not in the city, you can't make it. You can also be at home in front of your couch, right? Watching your computer screen and knocking it out. So after you get through with that first 4-hour workshop, which explains and describes what NACA really does, then you're going to get a NACA ID at the end of the workshop.
Right. So don't just show up.
Right. You go, I'm in the workshop. Where's my number? At the very end. why at the end, so you know all the steps it takes.
Mm.
It's going to be an overview of what you need to do. Then after that, you're going to get a one-on-one personal counseling session with your own mortgage loan officer.
Okay.
So only 4 hours, and you're in the group. This
4
elite
hours,
group.
you're a member.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're a member.
Right?
So you have a workshop that's coming up on November the 4th,
Absolutely.
right? Let's talk about that. I'm
with
excited
Pastor
about
Paul
it.
Sims over there. You know, that's my boy. I went to high school with him, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And at St. Michael's, they're re-energizing what they used to do. They had a community development corporation, a part of the church before.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going back, and we want to get their parishioners qualified to buy the house. And then we want to try to help the church themselves get those properties around the church that the city's giving up, those lots, right?
Yeah.
And have them developed, just like Lawndale Christian is doing right now.
Yeah. Also, you can help churches to develop their community
Well,
development
that's what
corporate.
we want to do. That's the plan.
Mm.
Like NACA does a great mortgage. We're number one in mortgages on our pamphlets and flyers. Is America's best mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say that unless you are, right, by the Tiller laws here in America. So it's not a bait and switch. We are America's best mortgage. But also right now, we have a problem with inventory and still prices.
Yep.
And our government has an APR rate out ridiculous.
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
7.25 this morning, I think. And they're saying it might go up a bit too because the economy's still growing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the problem is they don't see how it's growing. I
Mm-hmm.
think those people who are getting enormous amounts of money right now are also buying enormous goods, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in our terms, the economy's still growing. No, there's a very few particular people who are buying huge things,
Yep.
right? So,
So when you say, Tim, that you all have the best mortgage, what does that mean? Define the best mortgage. Is it the best rate? Is it the best servicing? Or is it all of that combined?
everything combined, we do not sell our loans on the second market.
Okay.
So we
Oh.
keep the servicing in-house so that if you have a problem, you come directly back to us.
Now,
Mm.
why is buying or selling a loan to another fiduciary agent bad for a
Front banks, right? Where they're in the mall and there's a little thing in the mall.
or Walgreens or CVS?
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
you can't really do effective banking that way.
Absolutely. So that's why we help the bank out and the bank helps us out. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
That's
Okay.
nice.
That's
So
pretty
now
dope.
Saturday, November the 4th at 9 a.m. So from 9 to 1 at St. Michael's Missionary Baptist Church. And that is at 4106 West Monroe. NACA's next workshop is coming up.
And I'll be there in the house as the MC as always.
That's
Let's have fun, entertaining, and educational with Pastor Paul Sims. Got to put Paul out there too.
Yeah.
And how do you just show up? Can you register?
I know you have to go online, NACA.com, and you will register right there. When you come down, you have a NACA ID number, but it won't be activated until you finish the workshop.
Wow. I
This
got
is
you.
amazing.
Now, before we let you go, Tim, really quickly,
I gotta go.
yeah, we were almost out of time, but you were dropping some great gems on some of the grants that are available and how people can stack grants. Can you just quickly touch on that?
Absolutely. Right now,
Stacking grants.
well, that's what you want to do. And actually, the city of Chicago wants to do it as well. The city is helping people get money and also the developers to create content, right? To create inventory, should I say. So right now, NHS Chicago is one of the leading grants that we have, right? NHS Chicago is the administrator for 4 other grants. So the Chicago Housing Authority has grants, down payment assistance grants as well, not just for CHA residents though. It's for anybody in the city. So you can go there and apply. It's up to $30,000. And there are, of course, there are stipulations for them. I don't know the stipulations. I'm not the, the
We
expert
talked
in
about
that.
it Monday, so
Yeah,
it's on our social media page.
Beautiful. But if you go to NHS Chicago and go under grants, you'll see at least 4 grants right now. But the city is coming up with other grants next year. Keep your eyes open for $60,000 and $100,000 grants in the city of Chicago.
Wow.
Coming out. But of course, there's stipulations. You have to build new property on a lot owned by the city. That's why you want to work with the churches so they can get those lots, so they can have their parishioners, so we can keep the community from in the community, should I say?
Yeah.
So we're talking about almost $200,000 in grants.
Absolutely.
Coming up for the next 6-8 months.
Think of it as a scholarship grant, right, for kids. You can get so many scholarships and layer those grants.
That's
We want to do
correct.
the same thing in Chicago.
Great analogy.
I love that. Yeah, because that hasn't always been the case. You couldn't stack grants. You only could get one. If you got this one, you didn't qualify for that one. So, Tim, thank you so much for joining us on the Brunch Bunch. Make sure you come out to his workshop. It's going down Saturday, November the 4th.
Absolutely. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Please. Have me back up here again. This is too quick.
Listen.
Like, we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
There's so much more. There's how you get.
We'll see you Monday then.
Right.
Don't play with us. We'll see you Monday.
Don't threaten them with a good time. Listen, we're going to get you back, Brother Tim.
But you know what? Speaking of coming back, we want you to join us this Saturday.
Yes.
You down for that?
Well, what's going on?
Literally, it's going down at 625 West Adams, and it is the Galloween, the second annual Galloween Ball to benefit BBFS, Building Brighter Futures, formerly known as the Better Boys Club, over in
Better Boys Foundation.
Better Boys Foundation. Thank you for that. And it's going down this Saturday. Now, it's a masquerade ball, which means that you can dress like Marcel is dressed today, but you just need your mask. That's it.
Yeah, so go online to givebutter.com and search for BBF Galloween. When you see a handsome gentleman named Marcel, click on his.
Go to me and buy your tickets.
And get your tickets. But listen, believers, we will be back tomorrow with great news that you can use. It's always our aim to send you back better than you came. And in these last 30 seconds, I just want to say, I love you, Tamara Fair.
I love you, Action Jackson.
We love you, believers. Yes. Baby Eminem.
We love you.
Up next.
AC Green, and right after that is Pastor Patterson on the drive home. We do it all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. Peace.
We be in sync some days. Yeah. You know, AC on every station in the city.
You guys, join us at the Galloween Ball. This is the first holiday ball of the Chicagoland area, right?
And
so
the holiday season.
Yep, kicking off the holiday season with the Galloween Ball. A lot of people don't like sorcery or goblins and witches, but they do love a good time and love to dress up. This is your chance.
Yep.
You want to go to givebutter.com and let me show you. We still got plenty fantastic masks. I won't say plenty. We only got about 7. But here we are.
All right. You can get your mask directly from Tamara Fair.
That's right. You can get your mask right
You got to send me some pictures so I can post it on my Instagram.
Hold on.
Hold on. You got men or just women?
I got both. Here you go. Ooh.
Oh, fancy. Listen, it is the event of the year. Val Warner going to be in the building. J-Deep, the Shining Star,
tribute band for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let me tell you something. If y'all haven't danced since the pandemic, get your dancing shoes on. You're going to come out that mask. You might even come out of those shoes. But you know what you won't come out of? You won't come out of that building saying, it was a waste of my time. You're going to have a good time. You're going to be talking about it until the 3rd Galloween Ball.
That's it. Get your tickets. I got one VIP seat left at my table. Come and join me.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.